Like the people that I served with when I was serving in the military or working as a consultant, then you're a good person. And if you're a good person, you know what it's like to be overlooked and underappreciated. You know what it's like to not get paid fairly for the work that you're producing. But you don't complain. You make the best out of bad situations. You find a way to create profits that exceed expectations, even though people in your company are cutting costs in a manner that is inconsistent with growth. Every day that you wake up and go to work, it is a constant struggle, a challenge that you overcome and you meet every single day. I'm talking to you because it's time for a change. But nothing is going to change unless we change our mindsets. We have to stop trusting people like this to come and save us.
Well, how can you not be? I've got 4 kids. 80% of their toys under their Christmas tree come from China. I've got family members living paycheck to paycheck. Many family members. My mom, who passed away years and years ago, was one of them. I mean, no rationale, no plan, no conscience to what it's doing to real people, no consideration of congressional responsibility. Where the hell is Congress? Where the hell is Speaker Johnson? Do your job. They're sitting there passively as this guy wrecks the economy in the United States of America, which has dominated the global economy. Don't take my word for it. The Wall Street Journal. We are the envy to the world, and overnight a wrecking ball to America's reputation, our role, and our relationship. And so I'm angry as a parent, as a taxpayer, as someone who has a retirement account that didn't come from wealth, no trust funds in my family. Worked hard all my life. A guy who has businesses. I know I'm blind trust. And I trust you can appreciate that I won't try to cross the line on that. But as someone who's built a business that also is export dependent, some of them, industries like ag that I'm involved in, I have a unique understanding. It's not an academic understanding of the stress that folks are going through. And so it connects on every level. And so I'm angry about this.
We have to stop trusting people like that to come and save us. There's limits to what he can accomplish. You heard him say that Congress is sitting passively, as if the reason why we're experiencing the problems that we're experiencing and facing the challenges that we are facing, and the reason our economy is working the way that it's working, is because Congress is sitting passively. This is an issue that we have with our current system. Whenever you try to find the root cause of our problems and try to identify who is responsible for fixing them, the people that have been elected and hold offices in our cities, in our towns, in our states, and across this country, they tend to point the finger at another office or another person in another portion of our administration. So our governor is blaming Congress. Congress will blame the governor. Our governor may blame the president. The president may blame the courts. And everyone can avoid taking responsibility for the reality that we are facing. I truly believe that if we're going to achieve any great change, and if we're going to achieve anything as a people, if we're going to improve our lives, we're going to have to change the way we think about this system. It is no longer acceptable for us to put our trust in a governor, in a senator, in a congressman, in a president, in a judge. We have to begin putting our trust in ourselves. You can hear it just from the way Governor Newsom is talking in California. You can hear it in his voice. He's not taking responsibility. He's not taking the blame. And I don't think he's doing it out of some sort of malicious intent. I simply believe that he is not strong enough. I know it is hard when you get into positions of leadership in our country and in our state to actually execute all of your plans, especially if you do not have a movement and if you don't have an organization that can support your agenda. This is why I'm so passionate about building this community. We are building something that is going to be unlike anything that exists in the world. Our community is made up of people from every industry, from across our country. It is made up of people who have raw natural talent, and it is also made up of people who have worked so hard to develop additional skills to add to whatever they were born with. It is made up of people who are humble, who are good people, who have good character. It is made up of people who are honest and who dream extremely big. It is made up of people who are generous people and unselfish, who love to be part of a national community. This is what makes our community unique. We have to stop trusting people who do not have the strength to carry forward an agenda that is going to improve our lives. We have to stop trusting people who do not have a clear vision of how the future should be and who do not have an understanding of what we all must do as we work together to create the conditions that we need in order for us to live our dreams. Once you stop trusting people like this, start following people who have a clear vision. It is important for you to put your trust in someone and follow someone who can see the reality of our situation. You want to follow someone who can see that we deserve a government that has a mindset of a student. We need a government that is able to learn about the needs of the people. We need to follow someone who has a clear vision that can understand that our government needs to have the mindset of a servant, because we need a government that will serve the needs of the people. We also must follow someone who can see that we deserve a government that has the mindset of a warrior, because we need a government that will protect the needs and protect the rights of the people. We must follow someone who has a very, very clear vision of the future. Someone who can see beyond the challenges that we face. Someone that can see over the divisions that have divided us for multiple generations. Someone who can see clearly that we all belong to the same nation. We need to follow someone who has a clear vision of the future, a clear vision of our reality, and the steps that we need to take in order to transform our lives. But none of this is going to be possible unless we stay engaged. Each day, each week, each month, we must find new ways to stay engaged. Success like this does not happen overnight. Success like that doesn't happen overnight. Good people know that real success, long-term success, generational wealth can only occur when we work well together as a team. In this economy, we are empowered to think individually. We are empowered to purchase things individually. In fact, that is how the system is set up. But the people in our economy who are able to work better as a team, those are the people who are going to be able to decide their own future. But you have to stay engaged. Become an active member of a community. The best way to become an active member of a community is to volunteer. Volunteering does a couple of things. Number one, it demonstrates that you have the type of character that can allow you to volunteer. Number two, once you volunteer, depending on what organization you volunteer in, and depending on what cause you support, it's going to provide you an opportunity to meet people that also support that same idea and that also have that same mindset in life that allows them to volunteer and to give back to their community. It's going to provide you great networking, great friendship making, great relationship building opportunities. And the third thing that it does, when you volunteer, it also provides you an opportunity to create a legacy. There are certain things in life that cannot be accomplished when we think selfishly. When you look back on your life after you've lived a certain period of time and you ask yourself what you have accomplished, the things that you're going to be most proud of are the things that you volunteered to do. Those are little deposits that you are making into the bank of destiny. And one day, when it's all said and done, you'll be able to make that withdrawal. And you'll be able to add up every single thing that you have done to contribute to society, contribute to the growth of your community, and contribute to the growth of our nation. Find a place to volunteer. It is one of the best ways to grow relationships, to make friendships, to identify business opportunities, to build your business network. Find a place to volunteer. Find a good, reputable organization. And if you can't find one within a convenient distance of where you live or where you work, then start one. There's a lot of organizations out there that allow you to set up a charter organization. Find an initiative that you believe in and begin to volunteer. It doesn't cost a lot of money, but the impact that you're going to be making to society and the contribution that you're going to be making to your community is going to be worth it. And when it's all said and done, you'll be able to look back on the time that you spent volunteering for that particular organization and supporting that particular initiative. You'll be able to look back on those relationships that you have built, and you'll feel an immense amount of pride and fulfillment in what you have done. Like I said, it takes a special type of person to volunteer their time. We are asked, we are encouraged, we are pressured to think individually about our lives. And that's just the way it is. But there are limits to what we're going to be able to accomplish when we only think individually about our problems. You see, thinking individually about our problems means we also are thinking individually about our solutions. And the solutions that we need in order to transform our lives and to live our dreams, they're not going to be able to be brought to fruition unless we work as a team. We're going to have to do things that other people think are impossible. We're going to have to build things that other people can't even imagine building, but we can do it. I firmly believe, with 100% of my faith, that together we can make the world better, not just for us, but for our children and for our children's children across multiple generations. I believe that we can improve the education system so that every student will get access to a high quality education without having to start their career in student debt. I firmly believe that we can improve the healthcare system so that we can provide high quality healthcare to every single person that is working in our state and across the country. It's not just about California. I believe that when we work together, we can provide high quality jobs to people who graduate from high school. You should be able to take care of a family of 4 on just one salary. You should be able to purchase a home. You should be able to afford utilities and gas and energy prices. You should be able to afford healthy food. You should be able to have enough time off work to spend time on a family vacation once a year. I'm not sure why we're asking people who we know are burning out to work all year long without having at least 30 days of vacation. I'm not sure why we're asking people to work 40, 50, 60, 70 years, knowing that their wages are so low and that they're not going to be making enough money regardless of how much they work throughout their entire life. They will never be able to purchase a home in the city and in the state that they grew up in. These are major problems that have existed across multiple generations, and every year that passes, these problems get worse and worse. And they make up our current reality, but our reality is not our destiny. I believe that there is nothing that we cannot accomplish when we work together, and we can change the course of history. Think about the jobs that we're going to create, companies that we're going to build, and the industries that we're going to set up, and the infrastructure that we're going to modernize. There are people all over the world living on all different types of continents, living in all different countries that somehow, some way are wondering what in the world is going on in our country. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you really want to know what is going on in our country, don't turn on social media, don't turn on the news, don't look at the people who are your major influencers, don't look at the politicians, don't look at the media personalities, look inside you. Look inside you and find out who you are. Are you motivated? Are you inspired? Identify who you are. What types of thoughts are you thinking? Are you ready to believe that we can not just change our education system, but we can also change our healthcare system? Are you ready to modernize our infrastructure? Look inside yourself. If you don't have that inspiration, if you don't have that motivation, that's okay. Chase it. Go out there and find it. And don't stop searching for it. If you have to look at social media, look at social media. If you have to go read a book, go read a book. If you have to go outside and go for a hike, go outside and go for a hike. But do not stop until you find your inspiration. Do not stop until you find your motivation. When you find your motivation, you will find the thing that you need in order to transform the way you think. And once you change the way you think, then you're going to change your life. But your life is not going to change unless you change your mindset. Your mindset is going to hold you back regardless of how hard you work, regardless of how focused you are, regardless of how skilled and how talented you are. If you have the wrong mindset, you will never be able to accomplish the things that you set out to accomplish. So don't stop looking for your inspiration. Don't stop looking for your motivation. Keep looking until you find it. I look forward to you joining our community and becoming an active member of our community. This is a safe space. The challenge for today is to share your industry. Share your industry with the people in our community so that people who are working in your industry who want to support you can find you. I look forward to talking to you all again soon. Thank you.